All right, so we are actually done with the beat and bassline editor. We're not going to need that anymore, but we'll leave it open just to help us remember what beats are what. And let's make it a little bit smaller and move it out of the way. And let's just move it right here. And let's spread out our song editor now so we can see up to 32 measures. We know that this song is only 32. So let's go ahead and add our drums in where they are on the sheet music. I'm going to go back here, and I can see that the song starts on 1, measure 1 here, and each one of these is a measure, also referred to as a bar. A bar and a measure are the same thing. And we have 8 measures across, and then it comes down here and there's 8 measures. So that we can see that the drums don't actually start until 9. And this was beat 1, and that lasts from 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so from 9 to 15, beat 1 lasts. So let's go back to LMMS, and we'll build this. So right here is measure 9, and it goes all the way till 15. And I can click each time to do this, 13, 14, 15. The other thing I could do is I can delete these and show you another way to do it. A simpler way than clicking each measure that that's going to be on is you click the first one it's going to be on, and then if you put your mouse on the end, it'll give you the arrow, and you can simply drag this till measure 15. And so now if I listen to that, it just repeats beat 1. Okay, and then if we go back to the sheet music, on 16 we have beat 2. So let's go ahead and put beat 2 in the 16th measure here. So all we have to do now is look at, here's beat 2, and I'm going to go ahead and click measure 16. It only lasts for 1 measure, and then if we go back to the sheet music, starting on 17, it goes back to beat 1 and repeats all the way from 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And then on 24, it's beat 2 again. So we go back to beat 1, we put it here, and we go all the way to 23. And then beat 2 was on measure 24, so this is measure 24 right here. And I'm going to click that to put a beat 2. So let's just see what this kind of sounds like. We'll start it here, so we don't have to listen to the whole thing. Starts over with beat 1. Okay, so now starting at measure 25, it goes back to beat 1 again, all the way from 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Go back here, and from 25 to 31, we have that. And then on 32, we have beat 3, and that's the end of the song. So we're going to go here, we're going to go 32, beat 3. So you see the song starts out, and it starts out with no drums. So that's just going to be piano. And it's going to do that for 8 measures, and then the drums will come in on measure 9, and the drums will stay until the end of the song on 32. Okay, so we have the rhythm section done for our song. So now that we have the rhythm section done on this song, we need to just go ahead and program in the piano part. So we've already added the piano. And so in order to do this, I'm going to go ahead and click right here on this. And I can, if I want, I can drag this all the way to 32. Oh, that doesn't work. So you don't do that. You just click it to add it, and then I can right click right there on that black dot and say open in piano roll. Now, piano roll. This looks confusing, but it's actually not confusing at all. Basically, you have the notes of a piano here, which are just notes, and it has, I believe, 8 or 9 octaves. It has 9 octaves total, and so starting with C1, you can click on these to hear what it sounds like. All right, so there are the notes that we have, and I believe C4. Let's just call I believe C4 is middle C on a keyboard, but I can't be certain of that at this time. It's either C4 or C5. So let's just go ahead and pretend C4 is middle C on our sheet music. And so if you look back here, here's our staff. If there was a line right here in between the bass and treble, that would be middle C. And so I believe that is labeled as C4 on LMMS. I wish they would just have marked, which one of these is middle C. And I could get my keyboard out and figure it out. And if I played piano more, I'd probably be able to tell between the two. Let's just start with C4, see how that sounds. Let's look back at our music now. And we'll go to measure 1. And measure 1, if we remember right, it's every good boy does fine for the lines. So every good boy, so this would be B, and this is middle C would be way down here. So this would be B, the B right before the next C. This C right here would be C5. So let's drop down to, we got quarter notes, and the quarter notes go B, A, G, A. So let's remember that, B, A, G, A, and go to LMMS here, and this is C, and this is B. So I'm going to go ahead and click B. Now by default, the way it works on mine anyways, is the first one I clicked is going to put in a quarter note. Now, a quarter note lasts a full beat. If you look at the graph here, this is a full beat, and if you look at from here to here is measure 1. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not any different than our switches on our sequencer here, but we have the little graph lines indicate every 16th note. So we got 4 16ths in a quarter. So 16th, and then 2 of these would be an 8th note. 4 of them are a quarter note. If I drag this out, this would be a half note, and this would be a whole note. So we got a whole note, a half note, a quarter note, an 8th note, and a 16th note. In this song, I think the smallest note we're playing, or the quickest note, is a quarter note. And it starts on B. All right. So then we got B, A, G, which is right here, A. So let's look at our sheet music. And it's B, A, G, A, B, B, B. So it's the measure 2 would be 2 quarter notes and a half note all on B. So let's look at that. Here's measure 2 starts here, and then it starts on B. So we have B, B, B. Oops. Right click if you make a mistake. To make this longer, I'm just going to move my cursor towards the end, and when it turns the arrows, I'll drag it to last 2 full beats. So now that we have 2 measures done, let's look at measure 3. Measure 3 is A, and it's 2 quarter notes and a half note. It's all on A. So we got B, A right here. The white keys are the notes. So you got C, B, A, G, and then it would start over, with F, and it goes down all the way to C again. It just repeats. The black keys are halfway in between the notes, and that's where you get your sharps and flats. So this would be C and this is D. Well, the note in between that would be either labeled as C sharp or D flat. And they're the same note, just 2 different ways to say it. But it's halfway in between the C and the D. So that's how that works. So now we're looking at measure 3, and I forgot what that was. So measure 3 here was A. So let's go back and put that in. So let's go to B, A, and I need to make 2 quarter notes. So it's A, and we'll drag that out. Let's look at 4. And then we got B, D, D, B, D, D. So come here, B, and that was, what was the rhythm of that? Quarter, quarter, half, B, D, D, and that was a half note. So we got 4 bars of our 32 bars done. I don't want to hit play because it'll give away what the song is, but you could probably go ahead and do that now. You're going to do it anyway, so let's listen to the first 4 bars and see if we know what this is so far. So it would go back to it would repeat. So as you can tell, this is Mary Had a Little Lamb, but let's keep going here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure 5 is, again, it's just B, A, G, A, B, 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 B. So we can do B, A, G, A, B, 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 B for measure 5 and 6. Go back down to our B. B, A, G, A, B, B. Let's see what measure 7 is. 7 is A. I'm sorry. Yeah, A, B, A, G. A, B, A, and then 8 would be a whole note on G. A, B, A, G. So go down here, we go to A. Or what was that? Yeah. B, A, B, A. So we got our B's right here. Right here's A. A, B, A. If you put notes in the wrong place, I actually put this on B flat instead of on A. I could just click and drag those down, so now they are on the correct notes. So we got B, 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 A, B, A, and then G was a whole note on measure 8. So we'll go here and we'll find our G. So we got C. Next note down here, we got C, B, A, G. So here's our G right here. Like that. And I will drag that out for the full measure because that's a whole note. So a whole note is 4 counts. Alright, so we are a quarter of the way done with our song. We're going to start with 9 now. This is where the drums kick in, if you remember. So it's B, A, G, A, B, B, B. So start here with our B. And it automatically put in a half note, or a whole note rather, because that's the last thing we played. Because if you look here, it draws out notes depending upon, when you click it, depending upon what you have selected. So if I wanted to automatically put in quarter notes, I can do that. And then I can drag it. So I'm going to go ahead and click quarter notes. So from now on, every time I click, no matter where I click, it's going to put a quarter note. So it was B, A, G, A,